If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
People study it, and there's certain players that people would move up for. Where do you sit on that? Financially, and then other teams wanting it. There have been years teams haven't won and can't get rid of it.
Yeah, it has. It probably has changed over the last, 7, 8, 9 years as the salary cap has become, more of a burden. That it has become less attractive to move up. It used to be everybody wanted the number 1 pick, and they were willing to trade a lot of picks for it. Now it's not just picks; it's the money. It's the money involved. So that has changed. That that whole thing. I wouldn't go in with a closed mind either way. I mean, if you have to listen to just about any offer you would get, you have to be open to just about all those scenarios. Did that answer what you wanted?
Yeah, I think so.
What kind of evaluation did you come out of Stafford's workout last week?
We had some guys there. We're actually doing a private day with him next week.
Next week.
So I didn't attend.
Okay.
I didn't attend last week.
Back down there, or?
I've heard from those guys what he
coming to you?
No. He's not allowed to come to us. We have to go to him. Yeah, we're making a road trip.
How much have you done a private workout with Sanchez?
We're going to see him right after Stafford. And we'll probably it's going to be his pro day, but we're probably going to work in some personal time somewhere to be able to sort of customize what we want to see. One thing with quarterbacks, sometimes quarterback workouts can be really, really scripted. Right. Where their quarterback coach, so to speak, sets the whole thing up and says these are the throws he's going to make. Right. And sometimes you can hide maybe your weakness, you can accentuate a positive in a different way than a team wants to see. In a team scheme, you want to see different throws. If there's 5 miles an hour of wind, they're going to throw with the wind. You want to see a guy. I mean, we're going to have to play at Lambeau. We're going to have to play at Chicago. We're going to need to see a guy throw into the wind. All those different things go into, the team controlling the parameters of a workout rather than the school or an agent or a quarterback coach or something like that.
So you think you're planning on being able to get on the field and jump in with Sanchez?
With Sanchez, that's what we'd like to do. We're working on that now.
Jim, do you feel nobody feels Stafford or Sanchez are like last year's guys where they can step right in? They just don't have that game experience.
I disagree with that because at this time last year, there was incredibly mixed opinions on Ryan.
For sure.
And Flacco was at one time probably considered, even up to the draft, probably considered a high second round pick. So history has a way of changing what the evaluation was. Now everybody says, hey, they were ready. They proved themselves ready. But I think that, I actually watched a lot of those guys last year because just knowing that they were top quarterbacks, if we ever had a defensive player that I was evaluating that played Boston College, we had a small school guy that played Delaware. I always put those tapes on, not just to watch our defensive guy, because you want to see a good quarterback throw against safeties and corners, but also just take a peek and see those guys. So I think that they ended up proving themselves ready, but I think at this point, what is it, March 25th, 2008? I don't know that there was that consensus. Opinion.
What I was getting at, you feel like Calif and his familiarity went ahead of that, and it's pretty good insurance in your mind that you have someone who can step right in and do what you want to do?
I'd like to feel that way after we get on our OTAs and our mini camps. Honestly, I don't feel that way now. I mean, it's nice that existed in the past. That's not why we hired Scott. That was a little bit of a byproduct of the situation. Dante was already there. We hired Scott not on that merit, but on these other things. So I wouldn't read too much into that relationship. I think it's nice to have, but it doesn't mean anything right now. It doesn't mean anything over Drew Stanton or Drew Henson not having any relationship with Scott.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.